Good morning students. In the previous videos, we have done with the process of ingestion, that is the uptake of food through mouth, and we have also done with the digestion, that is the conversion or the breakdown of complex food into the simple food. And today we will discuss about the absorption of digested products. Fine. Now what is absorption? Absorption is the process in which the end products of digestion from the mucosa of the intestine get passed into the body fluids like blood or the lymph. Fine. So what happens during absorption? All the end products formed during digestion from the intestinal part, they will get transported into the blood or the lymph. Now the question arises, how these end products will get transported from the mucosa of the intestine to the body fluid. Fine. And for that we have the various transport mechanisms. One is the active mechanism and another is the passive mechanism. Why this mechanism is the passive transport mechanism? Because it does not require energy in the form of ATP, and this mechanism is active because it requires energy. Now why it requires energy? Because in case of passive transport, the movement of molecules takes place from a region of high concentration towards a region of low concentration. Fine. But in active transport mechanism, the movement of molecules takes place from a region of low concentration towards a region of high concentration. Fine. Suppose this is the plasma membrane. Fine. And here the concentration of glucose is like 10 molecules of glucose are present over here, and across the membrane 5 molecules are present. Then how the transport will takes place? From a region of high concentration, means from 10 to 5. But in case of active transport, how the transport will takes place? Suppose the concentration of the amino acids are here 5 and here it is 15. So how the transport will takes place? The movement of the amino acids will takes place from a region of low concentration towards a region of high concentration. Means this passive transport is along the concentration gradient, but active transport is against the concentration gradient. Fine. And larger the gradient different, faster will be the movement. Suppose here is the difference of like 10, 5, and suppose here only you can say 8 molecules of glucose are there. Fine. And here 25 molecules are there. Then the transport will takes place from a region of high concentration towards a region of low, and here is the large difference between the concentration. So here the mechanism will get faster. Okay. So passive transport mechanism is of 3 types, that is the simple diffusion or the facilitated diffusion, and osmosis, you can say it is a very special type of the diffusion which is particularly for water. So simple diffusion means the movement of the molecules simply from a region of high concentration towards a region of low concentration. But why this diffusion is called as simple? Because this mechanism will not require any help, means it does not require any protein or any energy and all. Fine. So movement will randomly move from high towards the low concentration. But facilitated diffusion, facilitated means it requires help. There are some carrier proteins present in the plasma membrane like this. These carrier proteins will help in the movement of these substances. This carrier protein will bind with the substance and then rotate and then transport this molecule across the plasma membrane. Fine. And osmosis is the diffusion of water again from high towards the low concentration. Fine. And active, we have discussed that the movement of molecules from a region of low concentration towards a region of high concentration. Obviously, when we are moving from, this is the lower side, this is the upper side, like this, obviously we will require the energy. just like आप stairs चढ़ते हो तो उस केस में आपको एनर्जी की ज़रूरत होती है, दैट इज़ एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. फाइन. लो से और हाई की तरफ बढ़ना, obviously we will require energy and source of energy is, we know, ATP. Fine. Now see, in simple diffusion I have written glucose and amino acids. Here also glucose and amino acids, through active mechanism glucose and amino acids get transported. That means the glucose and amino acids can be transported or can be passed through simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, as well as through the active transport mechanism. But the some electrolytes like chloride ions, fine, they are specifically diffused through simple diffusion, and sodium will be specifically transported through the active mechanism. Fine. I think you have heard about sodium potassium pump. Why pump? Because driven by the ATP. Fine. So sodium will be particularly transported through the active mechanism, and chloride ions will be transported particularly through the simple diffusion. Fine. Now this is how that these substances like glucose, amino acids, chloride ions, water, sodium, they will get absorbed or into the blood, they will get passed from the mucosa of the intestine into the blood. बट लिपिड्स का जो एब्जॉर्प्शन है वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है इनसे. वाई? बिकॉज लिपिड्स आर इनसोल्यूबल, सो what happens, they cannot be absorbed into the blood. Fine. Suppose this is the structure of the lipids, like this layer and these are the head and these are the tails. So head are hydrophilic, means water loving, and tail are hydrophobic. So what happens, lipids will aggregate like this and they will form a small structure. This is the hydrophilic end or hydrophobic ends, inwards. So what happens in that case, these fatty acids, they will form a structure like this of small fat droplet, and this fat droplet is called as micelle. Now this micelle is little bit soluble. Okay, so these fatty acids and glycerol, they will get incorporated or will form small fat droplets called as micelles, and these micelles then transported into the mucosa of the intestine, and here what happens, they will be coated with some proteins. Fine. So fats coated with the protein. So this structure is called as chylomicrons. Chylomicrons are what? The proteins coating fat globules is known as chylomicrons. Then these chylomicrons, or you can say this structure, will get passed into the lacteals. Lacteals are what? The lymph vessels present in the intestine. Then after that, these lacteals or the lymph vessel will pass these into the bloodstream, and where they will get absorbed. Fine. So this was the process of absorption. After absorption, the next process is assimilation. Now what happens? The absorbed food, fine, this food, the end products of the digestion. So obviously now the absorbed substances from the blood finally reach the tissue, and tissue will utilize those products for the various activities. So this is the assimilation. Assimilation is the process in which the absorbed food finally from the blood reach the tissue, which utilize them for their activities. Fine. This was assimilation. After assimilation, the last process is egestion, or you can say defecation. Fine. What is egestion? the removal of undigested or unabsorbed food through the body. We know there are three portions of the large intestine, that is the cecum, colon and rectum. That undigested or unabsorbed food called feces will get stored into the rectum. Fine. Then what happens? We will get a signal called as the neural reflexes. When we will get a signal, then obviously we feel like now there is a need to pass the feces, and the egestion of feces is called as the defecation, and this defecation is carried out by the mass peristaltic movement. What is mass peristaltic movement? There are various muscles in the body. At that time what happens? Those muscles start contracting. Oh, fine. So mass peristaltic movements की वजह से defecation हो जाएगा. Fine. That is egestion हो जाएगा. Or you can say the egestion of feces is called as the defecation. So this was the complete process. Fine. First is the ingestion, the uptake of the food. Digestion is the breakdown of complex food into simple food. Absorption is the process in which the end products of the digestion pass through the mucosa of the intestine into blood or the lymph. Assimilation is when the absorbed substances reach the tissue and then tissue will utilize them for the various activity. Last is the egestion, means the removal of undigested or unabsorbed substances from the body, or the egestion of feces is called as defecation, and defecation is carried out by the mass peristaltic movements when we get a signal from our nervous system. Fine. So this was all about the process.